This is a series called Write Well with Maxxcell, where we discuss the writing section of IELTS exam in detail. So far we have looked at report writing, which is task 1 for academic, and letter writing, which is task 1 for IELTS General. We have also looked at task 2, that is the different types of essays. Now we are going to be covering report writing and what are the different infographics that you receive and how to tackle each one. Today we are going to be discussing the bar graph and how to write a report on the same. Without further ado, let's begin. First, let us understand how to structure a report in general. As we know, for writing tasks, you get a total of 60 minutes. This 60 minutes is split into two, that is 40 minutes for your essay writing and 20 minutes for your report writing or letter writing, that is your task 1. So here you can see that the time for the report is 20 minutes and you have to write a minimum of 150 points. Maximum there is no limit, but ideally keep it between the range of 150 to 170 maybe, okay, because you need to save your time for task 2, that is essay writing, which has double the marks of your task 1. Now moving on, this is the structure in general. You can see that first we need to introduce or give the introduction of your report. And what do you need to do there? You need to just paraphrase the question statement. That's all you need to do. Then coming to the overview, you need to write the overall trends. Pick any 2 or 3 main points that are happening in the graph, the trends that are there, some maybe like the highest or the lowest part, and then elaborate on the same. So these few points need to take 2 or 3 features or the overall trends. Coming to the third paragraph, it is the detailed paragraph, and in the detailed paragraph you need to write the supporting data with numerical values. So all the numbers, all the figures, all the very precise data has to be given in the detailed paragraph. And very importantly, this detailed paragraph and all the data that you put here has to support your overview. So whatever you mention, the overall trends that you mention in your second paragraph, the third paragraph has to support your second paragraph. So it is linked. And the last is a summary. Now, summary is completely optional. For some write-ups, you won't need to write a summary. In case you feel that, okay, my word limit has not been met, then you can opt to write the summary, but otherwise not necessary. Sometimes what happens is we tend to not really notice the main trend, okay, and at the end you might notice that, okay, I did not include it. So then you can maybe sum it up and put it in the fourth paragraph. However, this is completely optional. Now let us look at the example question for today, and then we will write a complete report on this particular example. Now you can see that this is the question how we get for report writing, and here goes. The chart below shows the amount of leisure time enjoyed by men and women of different employment statuses. Write a report describing the information given below. You should write at least 150 words and you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. Okay, so this is the complete question that you get for your IELTS exam. And then here you can see that below that you have been given the bar graph, right? Here you can see all the details, and there is a title for the graph here: leisure time in a typical week in hours by sex and employment status from 1998 to 1999. Now here you can see that this is the key information given. This is the key information. Apart from that, this information is kind of similar to this first line that is given here. I'm marking this because this is very important and we are going to see why. Next, we are going to plan the entire report and it has to be brief. Now we already know that for introduction, we are going to paraphrase the question statement. And so we directly move to the second paragraph, that is the overview paragraph. And here we have listed out some points. First is the general trend. Now let us look at the graph again. Here if you look at it, you will find that the general trend, here you can see that male is blue, female is green, okay. And here if you notice, everywhere blue is more than green. Here you can see everywhere, and there are two here that data is missing for the males, correct? So what is the overall trend? The overall trend is the males. Okay, the blue is always more than the green whenever it is given, right? So that means that males enjoy more leisure time than women in general. So the overall trend, the general trend here is males enjoy more leisure time than females. So here you can see general trend, males enjoyed more leisure time than females. Then second point that I have noted down here is that no data for males for part-time and housewives. Here you can see this. Let me notice before. There is for this part employed part-time, there is no data for males, right? There is no blue column at all. And here again for housewives there is no blue column. So data is missing. So that is the second point that I have noted down there. Then third is unemployed and retired groups enjoy maximum and almost the same amount of leisure time. Here you can see this is unemployed, retired, and their maximum most leisure hours are enjoyed by the people who are unemployed and retired. So third point is unemployed and retired groups enjoy maximum and almost the same amount of leisure time. As we noticed, they are almost the same. So again, we have made note of that. And the fourth point that we have put is full-time employed. Okay, now we are going to look at the list here. Full-time employed people in general, okay, both male and female, they have the least amount of leisure time, okay, free time post, which is obvious considering the fact that they are working for most of the time. So obviously they will have less time for themselves. So these are all the overview points. So now matching, we have to write the details. So first point here in the overview is the general trend. So here in the details we have put that men enjoyed 5 to 10 more hours more than women. Okay, now let us look here and you will understand. If you check the difference here, it will come to around 5 to 10. Okay, check here you can see. So this is almost like 5 to 10, and here again you can check this much difference almost from here to here. Again almost 5 to 10, and therefore the overall trend that we have mentioned here is that men enjoyed 5 to 10 hours more than women, right? Then next part is the unemployed. So here you can see the unemployed people here, and here we have written down that males enjoy around 85 hours and females enjoy approximately 78. Here you can see that. Okay, here you can see this part. Okay, and then this part here, 78 almost. So this is how you need to pick on the details, right? You have to look at the graph and figure out how the numbers are given there, correct? And here we can see that this is an exact number of hours in a week, correct? So they get around 85 hours. So then last is the full-time employed people, and here we have written that men have approximately 45 hours and women get around 38. Again, you can look at this and you will figure out that is the detail here. So here you can identify details based on your overview. Make sure you are not randomly picking details. Maybe if you are running out of, not running out of, I would say if you are having a lack of words, then maybe you can think of including more details. But your first job needs to be the details, needs to have the details that support your overview, correct? So in the overview points, whatever we have mentioned here, so there are 4 overview points that we have taken. We have supported them here in these details. Now for the question of the day, you need to identify 3 link words. Now from the report, from the entire report, you need to identify 3 link words that will help you obtain a higher score for cohesion and coherence. If you don't know what is coherence and cohesion, you need to check out our writing band descriptors, which is basically the judging criteria for writing section. So yes, So you need to find link words. Link words are basically words like although, furthermore, okay, all this kind of words, while, whereas, all of these words. We need to find such words and write them down and let us know in the comment section. So let us move on to the introduction. And what do you do for the introduction? You just paraphrase the question statement. So if you're going to paraphrase, first you need to identify what is the question statement. The neutral statement in the question is your question statement, right? So here you can see the chart below shows the amount of leisure time enjoyed by men and women of different employment statuses. This is your question statement. So moving on, and again we had marked this part also, which is the title of the graph, and there is crucial details here like the years, typical weeks in hours. So all this information needs to be retained. So here you can see the paraphrase. Okay, so the given bar graph depicts the number of hours generally spent in leisure activities in a week by males and females based on their status. The data collected is from 1998 to 1999. So this is the complete paraphrase. Here you can see we have written all the important information given in the question. That is the fact that number of hours is generally spent in a week. We have taken that part. Number of leisure hours we have taken. By males and females is also included, and most importantly the years, that is also included. So all the key information has to be retained but written down in different words. That is basically your paraphrasing. Here you can pause the video and compare what are the different changes we have made. Next we are going to look at the overview, and we had taken 4 points for the overview, and here you can see. Now we need to convert these 4 points into proper sentences and write a complete paragraph. And here goes. Overall, men enjoyed more leisure time than women, which is our first point here, you can see. Although data about males in part-time employment and male homemakers is not provided. So here you can see that we have already covered 2 points from these. Correct? Now moving on, it is also very clear that full-time employees spend the least amount of time in leisure. So now we have changed, we have written the next part about the full-time employees. The next is contrastingly, retired and unemployed people enjoy the most hours as free time. So here you can see that we have included this point as well. So all the 4 points have been written down here. You can make note of how we have framed the different sentences. Next we will look at the detailed paragraph, and for detail we had only taken 3 points. General trend, that men enjoyed 5 to 10 more hours, and then unemployed we had given details for that, and then we had also given details, we also need to give details for the full-time employed and their time that they spend in leisure. So you can see, according to the graph, men enjoyed approximately 5 to 10 hours of leisure more than their female counterparts in the given categories. Unemployed men and women had the highest amount of spare time in a week, 85 hours and 78 hours respectively. Almost the same amount of time is spent by retired people. On the other hand, working men enjoyed about 45 hours and working women get around 38 hours of leisure time, which is slightly less than women working part-time who spend 48 hours in leisure activities weekly. Now here you can, if you notice, then we have included an extra detail about the working women compared to the part-time working women. We have compared full-time working women and part-time working women. We have directly taken the details here. The reason for this was because I did not complete my 150 words, so I extended one detail extra here. So that is why you need to keep the detailed paragraph somewhat at the end. So if you feel that okay, I don't have enough words to fill and I'm I've not really met my word criteria, then I can easily increase more by putting extra details. So this is a complete graph, complete report for the graph. And now I have not included a summary, so here is the complete report. You can save this video for future use, so when you are practicing for your writing task and writing a bar graph report, then you can refer to this video and it will definitely help you to write your own report. So this is it. You can also take a screenshot. This is a complete report. Make sure you're not spending too much time on your report writing, because as I said, your task 2, which is essay, has more marks. So you need to finish your task 1 in as short time as possible. Make sure you're just crossing the word limit. Do not endeavor to write more than 170 words, because it's just going to be a waste of time. Save as much time as you can for your task 2. Also make sure at the end that you are checking your writing, because sometimes you might end up with errors. And errors are a part of everybody's writing, regardless of how well you write or maybe not so well. But make sure you're always checking your work. And that is it for today. Hope you liked this video. If you did, consider hitting the like button. Next time we will be discussing the pie chart and how to write a report on the pie chart. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. If you're looking for IELTS classes, look no further, because we offer online as well as offline classes where we provide you with comprehensive material, personalized feedback and a test series account with more than 140 tests. For more details, contact us.